It's probably best to make this recipe in season. Today I'm making Kendermore Cobbler from Heroes' Feast, Flavors of the Multiverse, an official Dungeons & Dragons cookbook. If you've made this recipe, share your thoughts in the comments below. I began by collecting my ingredients: 8 cups frozen peaches, thawed, 8 total teaspoons of sugar, just over a half a teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons brown sugar, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon cloves, 3 tablespoons rye, 2 total teaspoons vanilla extract, 1 cup frozen blueberries, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 1/2 cups flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 egg, 1/3 cup buttermilk, and 3 tablespoons butter to melt. I started by prepping the peaches for the filling by placing a strainer in a large bowl. I added the peaches, granulated sugar, and salt and mixed them all together. They will sit for an hour to drain excess liquid. I returned to the mixture, tossing it a few times throughout the recipe. While the peaches were draining, I moved on to the topping. This is not what I expected from the recipe, and while it was okay, I think a traditional topping would be better. I preheat my oven to 425 degrees. In a small bowl, I combined way too much sugar with the cinnamon and mixed together. Then, for the actual crumble part of the cobbler, I added the flour, baking powder, salt, and about 5 tablespoons of sugar. Again, since I added too much for the topping, I needed to get a little bit more. I whisked it all together, then in a medium bowl I combined the egg, buttermilk, melted butter, and vanilla, whisking until it was a uniform consistency. I added the buttermilk mixture to the flour mixture and folded and stirred it together with a large spoon until it was a dough. I took a 1/4 measuring cup, buttered the inside, and packed the dough into the cup, forming 9 separate rounds. I spaced them about an inch apart and sprinkled the top with the cinnamon topping. Then I placed them in my preheated oven for 7 minutes, just to crisp the bottoms a little bit. I placed them on a plate and returned to the peaches. In a small bowl, I mixed the brown sugar, cornstarch, cloves, rye, and vanilla, whisking it together. Next, I added the peaches and blueberries to the mix and tossed them all to fully coat. I scraped it all into an 8 by 8 inch pan and made sure it was evenly layered. I placed it in the oven for 40 minutes, allowing the peaches to soften and release their juices. Then I removed it from the oven to layer the par-baked biscuits over the peaches. And I returned it to the oven for another 15 minutes. I let it cool on a wire rack for 25 minutes. I made this for a friendly baking competition, and I shouldn't have used an untried recipe. This tastes delicious, especially a la mode, but the crumble isn't crumble. It's biscuits sitting on peaches. I ended up crushing them all over the dish for a more traditional, if not dry, crumble. Thank you for tuning into this Dragonlance recipe episode. This has been Adam with DragonLance Saga, and until next time, Sláinte mhath.